Okay, so when I think about a good Moira, I'm thinking about a Moira that's constantly damaging, constantly looking for picks, constantly going on off angles and flanks, fading in when you can and getting away with it and fading out when things go bad, as well as just healing your team only when they need to be healed and just using your orbs correctly. Like, are you throwing healing orb when you could be throwing Discord orb, or are you throwing orb at all correctly? Anyway, let's move on. If I can find you, there you go.
Okay.
Speed up right
Deep
here.
breaths. We can do this.
Mending you. Help me.
So a little bit of an issue right here. Kind of hesitating, not really sure what you want to do. Correct that you didn't push the Baptiste right here. I think if you probably would have pushed this Baptiste, probably would have been half health by the time you got up to him. And on top of that, you'd have to use healing orb like right here, and he has 2 sustains, and then you would have 0, and your only sustain would be fading out. And you'd use Immor as well as a self burst, so he's more than likely going to win that fight. So it's good that you didn't push him, as well as the Kree decided to hit a flank on you. If I can find you again. There we go.
Pain is inevitable.
Activating systems.
The remarkable.
So probably would have been best if you just faded already over to this corner, like straight off from the bat, and just looked for damage, looked for an off angle, distracted them away from your team.
What is it now?
Again, not really much of a reason to fade there. I think you're above 200. But this is your chance right here, though. The second that Diva dies, you don't have to worry about anything besides for these 2 players right here, and you got every single other player with you. So the second that Diva dies, you should have just instantly faded straight into the enemy line, going straight to the Cassidy right there, and just damaging and trying to get that Cassidy dead.
I offer something more. Atrophy.
Nice kill. Nice job finishing off the bat.
Yeah, we've pulled ahead.
Now right here, looking a little bit more confused again. Probably would have been best if the second the BAP died, you just walk right up here, look for any damage you possibly can. Damage orb. I think the Kree was right around here somewhere. So just damaging the Kree, see if you can get that Kree to push back. If the Kree wasn't there, or if he pushed back even further, you can just walk wide right here. Look out there, see if you can get any damage, see if you get any ult charge. And when things go bad, just fade out. Probably could have faded straight to this corner right here, because that would leave an off angle, and they would have to focus on you as well as the rest of your team right there.
A cure for all the tales.
Didn't really need to use fade there or healing orb there.
Coming.
Eyes open.
Looking a little bit
now.
confused as well. Just constantly make sure that you're doing stuff, because if you're constantly doing stuff, you'll learn faster, and on top of it, you'll definitely rank up faster.
Let go.
I completely zoned out.
You're killing the Diva,
Start pushing the barricade.
Be nourished.
but unfortunately, the second that Diva dies, that Kree, I think, was 1 tap right over here. So you should have just instantly faded straight at that Kree and just damaged him, threw down damage orb, and just did as much damage as you possibly could. And on top of that, after that, you could just full on single-handedly push that Baptiste. I don't think he would have been able to do much.
You will be renewed.
There's somebody on cart. Sombra was on cart. Killed your Mercy. That's unfortunate.
Self-destruct sequence.
Receive my aid.
Steven's dead as well. Used bomb. And your Junkrat is dead as well. So now either you have a choice right here of either dying, or you could either the second you cap this point right here, so you get the quicker respawn, you could just fade out and try to get out alive.
I offer something more.
Because unfortunately, by you staying alive right here, it's staggering the team. But you're not the only one that's guilty. The May was staggering as well. But unfortunately, in silver, when you stagger, a lot of the times your team is going to be extremely dysfunctional because you'll have at least one person going in and just constantly dying, and then it just leads to no team fights. It just leads to either 4v5s or like 3v5s.
Group up here.
Speed up here a little bit.
Your position is insurmountable.
My ultimate is
Don't let them move their barricade.
big stanger lack.
Good Discord orb.
Did you?
Not really much of a reason to kill your diva right there. And on top of that, your Junkrat got 2 kills on the Lucio as well as the Sombra. So the second that happens, you should just instant fade in there. Just insta fade in there. Use Bob as covered if you're all right, or if like you can understand what the situation is. You just keep going, keep damaging that Orisa right there. And then as soon as that Orisa's dead, just go straight for those the Baptiste and the Cassidy.
More
Just good.
swimmers in the deep end.
You did exactly what you're supposed to, but you kind of waited for your Junkrat to make the play. And the best way to rank up and to carry is by you making the plays yourself. So you gotta constantly be looking for that damage and constantly looking for picks. Kind of just mainly healing. I think you're a little too scared to push the enemy team.
You cannot escape me.
Now you have a choice right here. Either you can go up, take this high ground. Probably could have done it sooner, or you could just straight up dive that Sombra the second you saw her, because she is not going to kill you. There's a very good chance she is not going to kill you, and that you're more than likely going to kill her. She might be able to get out, but
Your cellular makeup.
still would be able to damage her. Fortunately, I waited a little too long on it, and she ended up getting out.
For the parched. Viable progress.
Not bad taking that, girl. Now that was a bit scary. The Lucio ulted, and you kind of just walked right back and forth right here a little bit, just a little bit confused on what you're gonna do.
Your strength becomes
Most of the time, there's a good
mine.
chance that your team's gonna die before you end up getting back to them.
You need only ask for my help.
Boosting your damage.
A welcome improvement.
Now, as you can see, tank is dead right here. You should show like no fear. You should just go straight in. You see that Lucio right in front of you. Dive that Lucio, damage him, see if you can get a pick on him early.
Surrender to my will. The robot is in our possession.
A time to heal
Now,
and a time
Good job
to
getting the kill with your ult, but it was cleanup, so there wasn't really much of a reason to be using ult there.
Behind you.
Receive my aid.
Ice wall.
Eyes
As well as you got to
open
be
now.
watching your orbs. Make sure you're getting maximum value out of your orbs. Make sure you're using orb when you absolutely need to. Use teal orb right there. And unfortunately, if you're at a high rank, a lot of the times people are going to take advantage of that.
Pain is inevitable.
Boom. Ice.
Unassailable.
Once again, right here,
prowess.
kind of like looking around. It was good that you healed the Mei, but I think the Mercy probably would have bailed her out. So you should just constantly, like, you should be either up in this corner right here, or you should be up over here on this corner and just constantly looking for damage. Damaging, pushing them back, making them low, possibly helping your team get a pick.
I offer something more. Enhancing your vitals. I cannot heal you yet.
Freeze. Don't move.
Once again, right there, after, like, the second you realize that the tank is basically full, you should just instantly dive right in there. As well as your Mei ults right here. So, like, this should be your 100% key just to fade straight in. And since the Baptiste is not frozen, you can just straight fade in, throw out damage orb, kill Lamp, and then just kill the Baptiste. Very good chance that you're probably going to kill the Baptiste. Your team will take care of this. I think everyone's alive. Yeah, everyone's still alive, so they're going to take care of that. It should be your job to take care of the Baptiste.
A taste of poison.
Approaching the final destination.
Overall,
Persistence is always
doesn't really matter.
rewarded.
My power grows.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna touch. I think they're AFK and they're spawning a little bit.
My power
Activating
emanates.
self-destruct sequence.
But overall, not bad. Just very clunky, and you got to be a lot more aggressive. You got to be like an absolute menace. You got to go in there. You got to do that damage, and you got to get out when things go bad. I don't think you did that one single time, and that's what makes a really good Moira. Is a Moira that's being a menace, being a distraction, and honestly, sometimes when I'm playing Moira, I have more damage than I have healing, and I'm single-handedly just like carrying. I feel like I'm single-handedly carrying, but I feel like not really single-handedly carrying, but I feel like I play a big role on winning. I mean, damage is what makes a support good. Is when you're constantly damaging, and when your team needs heals, you heal them. But if they don't need healing, there's not really much of a reason to heal them. And when you're healing and there's not like much of a reason to heal them, it causes the enemy team to add a lot more pressure to your team, and then you actually have to heal. And especially with Moira, when she runs out of heals, that leads to a massive issue, and it just makes the whole situation like really basically a nightmare. But overall, right here, that was a good pick. You got to do that a lot more. You got to take advantage of the enemy team a lot more. You got to fade in, fade out, and just constantly be doing damage. You can constantly be damaging when you're not doing anything else, like healing, because, I mean, it doesn't slow you down, nor does it badly affect you. So, overall, not bad gameplay. Just make sure you're constantly be doing something. Make sure you're constantly getting value. Make sure you're throwing a lot more Discord orbs. You threw quite a bit of heal orbs, which were basically unnecessary when you could have thrown out damage orbs. Even if the D.Va would have like eaten some of your damage orbs, it probably would have been better than throwing out a heal orb. But anyway, I definitely see a lot of potential. Like, you could probably rank up decently fast, I want to say, if you just play a lot more aggressive and only heal your team when you need to heal. And the way you figure out like when you need to heal your team is just through playing the game, through experience. Like, you'll learn when to and when not to. Anyway, see ya.